Hey guys, hope you're well and long time no see. So back in January, I made this video where I talked about the continued shortage of graphics cards. I talked about what you can do if you really need a new card right now, which was mainly to buy a pre-built machine. And I also predicted that the supply of new graphics cards should start improving within the first quarter of this year, or that is, by the end of April. But oh, how wrong I was. Just today, I checked out probably the largest online retailer for PC components in Sweden, and literally the only things I found in stock are a GT710, which is a card from 2014, a GT1030, which is from 2017, and a Matrox M9140, which I have no idea what that is, but a quick Google search suggests it's from 2008. So clearly, the situation is still shit. And it looks like buying pre-built machines aren't a good option either, as most of the pre-built from this online retailer are also out of stock, aside from a few options such as this one with a 3090, but realistically most people won't be able to afford this machine, and they also had some options with integrated graphics, but then why would you want that? I did find a pre-built machine using the last generation RTX 2060 card, which is a decent option. So if you are in desperate need of new hardware, I would suggest looking around because you never know, you might just find a decent, if not ideal option. So, where are we today and where do we go from here? We know that towards the end of last year, scalping became a major issue. Scalping, for anyone who doesn't know, is when people buy up a bunch of stock at retail price and then attempt to resell the same items at an increased price in order to make a nice profit, and prey on those who needed those items but can no longer get them from retailers because all the stock is gone. It's despicable, inexcusable, but many people did lose their jobs at the start of the pandemic, and some of them probably resorted to scalping to make ends meet. Again, it's no excuse, but during desperate times, people tend to take desperate measures. Neither Nvidia nor AMD were ready for these scalpers, and in fact, it looks like Nvidia at least is now trying to get in on the action and cut out the middleman and just do the scalping themselves. Look at the 3080 Ti as an example. Yes, it's new, and yes, it's more powerful than the standard 3080, but for an extra 15% performance increase over the standard 3080, you must pay almost double the price for the 3080 Ti. Doesn't sound like a good deal, does it? To make matters worse, cryptocurrencies went absolutely crazy at the end of last year. Bitcoin tripled in price in Q4 and Ethereum doubled its price in the same period. So naturally, crypto mining blew up again and increased the already impossible demand for graphics hardware. As of right now, Nvidia have tried to battle the crypto miners by adding in a limiter with some of their new cards. You can find this feature on the box and it's called Light Hash Rate or LHR. AMD on the other hand have said they have no plans to limit what consumers can do with their cards. Nvidia's CFO has said that demand will continue to overwhelm supply well into the end of 2021, and TSMC, the company that makes chips for both AMD as well as consoles, have said the shortage could last into 2022. Luckily, there are a few glimpses of hope on the horizon. First of all, cryptocurrencies have fallen drastically in the last couple of months, making mining less profitable. But more importantly, Ethereum, which is perhaps the most commonly mined cryptocurrency, are planning to move over to a different technology which should kill the need for powerful GPUs. Once this new protocol goes live, it means many of those who are using powerful mining rigs will no longer need them, and they may resell their components on the second-hand market, giving back some of the supply that they've previously taken. On top of that, Intel may be coming to the rescue, as they are setting up to enter the desktop GPU market for the first time in 20 years. Best Buy listed a pre-built desktop running Intel's new DG1 dedicated graphics card with 4GB of video memory. Now, this card will probably be competing in the mid to low end of the market, but at this stage, anything is better than what we have today, which is pretty much nothing. And finally, restrictions are slowly being lifted as the vaccines have rolled out, which means less of us may be stuck at home, and demand for consoles, PC components and so forth should, in theory, hopefully drop. So that's where we are. It's a sad time to be a gamer if you don't already have decent hardware, but at least there is some hope for the future. My final comment is, if you're into PC gaming but you have mediocre hardware, try Valheim. This isn't sponsored. It's just a game I've been very addicted to for the last couple of months, and you don't need amazing hardware to run it. It's currently in an early access beta, but trust me, the game is already amazing and you can spend hundreds of hours on it for the reasonable price of $16. Get it and thank me later. Thank you guys so much for watching as always. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like as it helps the channel to grow. Stay strong, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time.